he doesn't even have to be fast necessarily, but he cannot lose speed.
Yeah.
If he loses pace, it's over for him.
And shout out to Dagobert for creating, I think we'll see shortly, what looks like a very normal looking team. I know some Mii players like to really push the boat out with when they make their characters on tournament sets.
I think I know what you mean exactly.
Yeah. But here we go, we've got Dagobert versus Nass. Winners quarters of pool, so yeah, we're getting a little bit further on now.
And there we are, there's the pressure. This is a proactive play that Dagobert loves to use, and again here. Okay, going for the jab this time should be a punish here from the side of Nass. There's the grab, there's the up air. Oh, but he escapes with his own version of the trick.
Yeah, that is good.
Ooh, nice catch.
Mii Brawler, as we said, kind of like just has these moves. Oh, that's a really good move. Oh, that's a really good move as well.
That's a really good move as well. Wow, Mii Brawler might not be that bad.
Yeah, but it's just not that common of a tournament character. Obviously, you kind of know him for the really explosive kills with the up special off the top, but we might see that this set. We'll see. I think Dagobert will be no stranger to confirm.
Oh, not at all. It's also that not many players want to play Mii Brawler, which is a common thing in Smash Ultimate. We have many good characters, but players just don't want to play them because they have their preferences, which is fine. But the preference of Nass is hitting those Galagas and hitting those nasty combos, but those have to escalate because now Dagobert is finding himself a game pace, which is quite nice. However, Nass, exactly as mentioned, is playing to not lose the game pace.
Yeah, I think we saw it just there for Nass. A few situations where Nass was running away to try and bait Dagobert to run in. And in the end, Nass would just like immediately turn in the other direction and just press his dash attack. Obviously bait, he knows that Dagobert's going to come in.
Ooh, the catch is huge, yep. This is a very early launch. Ooh, okay, with the grab too. Nice option select here. I mean, if he shields, he can just grab, and Dagobert, you know, he has his matchup slightly figured out. But can he be clean in pulls as well? This is the question. We're still on the first stocks each. Now there's a Hydrant. Get rid of it very quickly, and wonderful backhand to close out the first stock at least. And Dagobert for now, you know, I like the movement, I like the Mii Brawler, but Nass, it seems like he's slowly adapting to Dagobert's hits.
Yeah, I think they were kind of trading hits for the most part, but that's the second time Dagobert's caught that bell from Nass, and then you see he's happy. Dagobert's happy to just sit on the other side of the Hydrant, and you know, Nass, you're behind.
Yes, I thought so. What does he want to do now? Because this is where the buttons come into place. But how is Nass in terms of close combat, right? We didn't really see him do that. He tries with the forward air, but already sitting in shield, waiting for side Bs, waiting for uppies out of shield, and Dagobert has his game plan figured out now. And the Glock, it just stays on his hands, maybe.
Yeah, sometimes players, they'll keep an item away from the item character for a while, but eventually they'll kind of get bored and throw it away. Dagobert is more than happy, I mean, just throwing it there, but he kept that bell for a long time.
Oh, okay, but yeah, the landing a bit too ambitious here for Dagobert. So Nass, even though he got camped by a good minute here, find his way in, but okay, slightly critical side B here. 4 minute 25, so the timer is not a problem yet, but if things go on this way, then it might soon be a good thing.
Yeah, both these players happy to hold back if they need to, but then of course that's the explosive power of Pac-Man. Nice to confirm with the Gallagher.
So, again, charging the fruits, got the melon here, no projectile, but now he has to escape, because so far Dagobert is really good at keeping Nass at bay, right? Because Nass does not have any space in center stage, he has to play around the corners, so this is risky. But now he's breaking, throwing the Galaga in the direction where he can easily catch it, but
get the recatch.
Yeah, he's cooking, he's looking for something, but he cannot really find it, but Dagobert seems to respect it a bit at least.
Yeah, I think it's almost like Dagobert's respecting it. Not too much, but just there's a lot of percent here that Nass is kind of getting nickel and diamond here. I think Dagobert had the percent lead early.
Oh, okay, not too high up, but again, Dagobert, slight mistake here, not losing the stock in the process though, but now Nass, in a slow manner, he finds himself back into the grip.
Nass here with the percent lead for the first time, and now the onus is certainly on Dagobert to close the gap even more.
Yes.
The key is in hand. Nass sort of dancing around, maybe trying to bait a sort of jump. On the Hydrant that time.
Okay, going for the outsmash here, pretty risky, not finding the sweet spot back here. It's a bit dangerous here. He's banging the fire here, but Dagobert also has to look for a stock here sooner or later, because again, we mentioned the timer, so getting those early leads might be beneficial here for the Dutchie. But yeah, Dagobert.
Okay, the
nice.
water assist.
Of course, if he gets the time, the Pac-Mans know their setups.
Yeah, if you bring a Pac-Man plushie to the tournament and put it down next to you, you know how to time the apple from the water charge.
Yes, sir. Yeah, the button's already forward and connecting in itself. And yeah, now Nass can come down a bit, but this is literally that he chose at least. So for first, I thought it was going to be the rapid chat, but no, it's that just
sent to the sky.
Just going, yeah,
and you're dead.
And you're dead. You're gone. So that means he has no projectile, so he wants to keep it close again. We did not see side Bs too much. Like he tried to go for them, but he couldn't really connect those. So now Nass is playing for the movement, and there was another side B, but it's gonna win. So now Dagobert is playing a bit too fast for its own good, it seems.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like Dagobert's just trying to close the gap against Nass, but Nass is kind of, you know, an experienced Pac-Man player, knows that people really want to kind of come in and press buttons, and just kind of pressing buttons in response. We see a fair out of shield. I think we saw a down air earlier. Just a little damage here and there. It catches the bell again. Oh, tell you what.
Very naive. Okay, now he has the belly, but it didn't really connect as he wished it to be. But you know, Dagobert, 100%. And we mentioned timer before. It wasn't a problem back then, but it starts to be a problem right now. We have 1 minute and 48, but it seems we might still see the light of day. Dagobert at 120, very dangerous percentage. Now Pac-Man has many more moves up to his disposal. Yeah,
we saw Nass has been not shy to use that forward smash, almost as a spacing tool. So Dagobert does not space an aerial. With the kind of shorter limbs of Brawler, he might just get, as we say, a blinky. The blinky ghost in the face.
The blinky ghost indeed. Mighty smash, but yeah, it's going to be the apple instead, and Nass takes the game 1. And this is going to be a weird scenario now, because Dagobert actively engaged in the slow pace, which was beneficial for him at the start. But that also means it drains a lot of energy, especially this early in pools. So how would you be if you were Dagobert now? Would you stay to the same game plan, because this is how you learned the matchup? Or would you want to find another way? Would you try to find another way?
I feel like, yeah, I think there was moments when we saw Dagobert kind of hold on to the bell for a lot of the first game. He kind of was, as we said, trying to slow it down and play it, you know, at the pace he wanted. But towards the end, as Nass started to get a lead, I felt like Dagobert was actually speeding up and getting faster, but kind of in a sort of not lazy, but just kind of abrupt way. He would run in and just kind of like, I want to close the gap.
Yeah,
I want to hit him now. But then Nass was kind of whip punishing and ready. You know, that is the life of a Pac-Man player. You are going to set up your shenanigans. You're going to charge you through, and people are going to run at you. And you are ready for that. You can call out, you can whip punish, you can try and stuff out with an aerial of your own. We'll see game 2, and yeah, this could be an early upset here. Dagobert presumably seeded to win this, I think.
Yo, definitely. I mean, Nass is, you know, certainly a Pac-Man who knows his stuff, but you can already tell, he knows his stuff. Okay, wonderful up here, and connecting and so many forward. There's so much percentage here, only with his aerial moments.
Yeah, just caught the jump there as well, backed off. Just a great time to mix up. And again, using that forward smash just to kind of space with it. It's got that long disc.
Oh, this has to be frustrating for Dagobert, because his first stocks were normally so much better compared to what was in the end. But now Dagobert has to find new ways, has to find a new plan, and maybe something that is more waterproof. Because Nass, he might not be in the lead, but mentally he might be in a way better spot.
Yeah, I think it's going to require Dagobert to dig deep here. Has a ledge trap. I think he does not get the strong hit there for the back air. Finish that stock. Again, he's taking his time. Back to ledge.
Okay, this is the Tera that you mentioned before. Good range, good reach. But not the power that he needed. Okay, Gallagher is there. Does not decide to catch it, but again, going for the backers here. But that's good. He's keeping Nass at bay, and now he's going for a critical option, but it does not get punished here. Nass is again moving around and waiting for Dagobert to do the first mistake. Again, Dagobert is correct. He's always going to be the first on the trigger, but this time, the moment Nass hits his shield, he's going to get punished. So Nass has to slow it down at least by a bit. Now Dagobert is looking, wonderful echo, and this will kill. Now Dagobert is in a spot that he wanted to be, but you know, 114, we could die pretty quickly, but this also means that Dagobert knows what he can die off. Because Nass, he found the bell maybe 1 or 2 times, but he found those S-smash, he found those back airs. And those are moves that you can normally easily dodge, and now Dagobert is playing much more critical, and, you know, still a bit naive, but a bit more safe.
Yeah, I think this is a good position here for Dagobert. You know, he's kind of trying to play catch-up as the lead was sort of going away from him last game. And there's good damage here.
Important damage. This is such a big lead. There's so much value. Even if he loses his stock now, like 64% on the Pac-Man is nothing to... it's something to be afraid of, certainly.
And now it's Nass trying to fight out the corner here. And that lead that he's sort of building the momentum from the first game. And Dagobert is playing more refined, I'd say. Not as kind of lax in the way he's approaching.
Nice. He warmed up. He warmed up, certainly.
He's cooking. He's cooking. Dagobert's here. He's warm. He's warm. We're all warm, but he's particularly warm.
We're all warm. And now, okay, in theory, the game 1 worked out. Not in the end, but now he's just way more. Like, he knows how Pac-Man works. He knows how his move works with those of Pac-Man, how they interact with each other. And Dagobert seems to win out in almost every interaction. Even now, calling out the F smash and going for finally the first side B in the entire set. And this does a lot of damage, Smoke.
I feel like actually Nass, just for a few moments in this last stock, he's been getting kind of aggressive now in terms of trying to, he really wants to finish the stock, which is kind of what's happening.
He finally got it, but at what cost, Smoke? At what cost? He's at 75 and Dagobert is on a tear right now.
Yeah, it feels like this is Dagobert's game to lose right now, but Nass trying to have a different say about that. Trying to carry off the ledge.
Okay, I am. Might be something that can catch you off guard. Okay. He's placing out the Hydrant. He should be able to recover, but now the ledge trap begins. And Dagobert, much more calm, much more safe, much more composed and methodical. This is how he wants to play. This is how he is strong. Now, Dagobert has the shot to maybe find a good punish. Okay, down smash, not hitting there.
Oh, trying to go for a betting all there. He needed a big comeback there. So hope you take it the other direction just to give me a chance, because this game is looking pretty much finished.
It's looking mighty over, and now Dagobert can see how it's going to end. However, Nass maybe finding an intel here and there. Who knows? Maybe he can find the comeback of all comebacks, but it ain't looking good for him.
It's a big ass. It's a big ass. But Nass on ledge, bell in hand, decides to drop it in the end, and you see Dagobert not trying to play with his food here. He wants to finish it, and finish it he does. We've got another game 3 here. We were on
another game 3. I mean, those pools are mad stacked. Like right now, you already said Dagobert is seated clearly above Nass, but Nass seems to, he's got a feeling for the set. But the moment that Dagobert said, "I'm gonna break the mold. I'm just gonna do whatever it takes to get in, to do my things, to utilize Brawler's buttons." And maybe even slightly play outside of his own comfort. And this is exactly what you need on a super major like this. You're going to face people who you never faced before. Those are no Dutchies that tend to play more defensive. Those are guys who can go in as well. And, you got to adapt to that. And Dagobert certainly did in that game too.
Yeah, here we go, going into game 3, best of 3. Winner side here in pools. And yeah, we think Dagobert looking quite shaky, I thought in game 1. Wasn't quite the Dagobert we know and love, but that second game, game 2 definitely closed up. Did really well. And starting as he means to go on, little percent lead here.
Also finding side Bs. I mean, this is always a good sign, right? If you find command grabs in any fighting game, you already know, okay, you can outcall your opponent. You can keep it up, and then the mix-up starts to come through.
Yeah, we saw this that Nass, both the players were in shield there, and Dagobert was just waiting. Was waiting for Nass to jump out of shield and press a button. We know that, I think he's just starting to pick up on the timings that Nass is doing to push aerials out of shield.
Yeah, that's like the quality. You kind of get a gut feeling for how your opponent wants to move, or what he wants to achieve. So for now, Nass, he's not going to achieve anything except for losing a stock, because he was looking for maybe a stray hit. Maybe, again, a mistake by Dagobert. But that does mean that Nass is, not really forcing anything positive for himself. So he's relying on Dagobert to mess up, and Dagobert is not messing up at all. Like right now, he knows exactly what to push for. Getting rid of the items, getting rid of the Hydrant, and now again, Pac-Man is in corner. There's not much to be afraid of for Dagobert. He can go with the risk, and even the Hydrant is hitting, so with Nass, nothing is going to work out here. Get up attack even hitting, ledge trap for Dagobert again. Going with the Nair, but the Nair gets comboed by yet another one by Nass. But then again, the moment Nass finds his foot way back to the stage, Dagobert is always on the stage.
Yeah, I agree with you completely about the idea of kind of Nass having been waiting for Dagobert to mess up, but it feels like now Dagobert is just kind of waiting for Nass to mess up, so going for these kind of unsafe aerials. We talked about Pac-Man liking to box. Pac-Man is liking to press buttons out of shield, and just then gets whipped by the Nair. The little two-friend there, finishes it up. Dagobert is here.
Now Dagobert is analyzing. He knows even if Nass does not overcommit, he's always going to jump. He's always going to hover in the air, and this means he's going to move. And suddenly he's going to be in your threat bubble, and then the Brawler can shine as he always does. So now, okay, Dagobert again waiting behind the Hydrant. He knows how the block works. He doesn't need to pick it up. This time not going for any risk. He has 3 whole stocks, and he wants to get value here, Mo.
Yeah, Nass again, we just saw it last game. He's just getting a little bit antsy, trying to push at the high percent. Really wants Dagobert to have this stock taken. When you do that, you commit more, and Dagobert recognizes that, getting more damage here. Another ledge trap. The ledge trap's been pretty strong, but this time, back throw is enough. But once again, just like the last game, this feels like a big mountain to climb in for Nass.
Okay, same scenario, but now Nass knows that Dagobert is a bit more hasty on how to close the stock, so maybe he can find a game plan up from there. But time's moving, and this is still a match point to winners, and Dagobert is running away with it. He's still looking. Nice spot dodge here by Nass, and again, the movement comes in. Wonderful forward, and this might be a start of something big, and he has to perform big up.
Yeah, we're seeing here Dagobert not giving anything for free, but the platform, the platform confirmed was enough. Finishing in style with that would be, as we always see me Brawler do. 2-1 to Dagobert.
2-1 for Dagobert.
An early scare there from that first game.
There's the Dutch flag already.
The Dutch are here. You may not have spectators in your pool sets, but when you're on stream, you get the the dimension of the country.
You get the whole dimension
of choice.
Nice. Shoutouts to the Dutch. Shoutouts to the close-up on Dagobert, the champion, at least of this game. And this is what I like about pools, right? Everybody gets one. Like in game
Yeah.
1, Dagobert looked very lost on many occasions.
He just rushed. I feel like
Yeah,
he's just trying to rush it.
very
Just like, I
rushed.
want this game to be over.
Exactly,
you know?
yeah, exactly. Just, warming up. And even game 2 started horribly for Dagobert because, again, he was adapting his game plan. It didn't work out. But the thing that made him push through is sticking to that new game plan, knowing it has to work. It is me who's at fault. And then he did. The execution became much better. Maybe the chance that the favors